Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm a representative from the first group. Would like to introduce the members. There are Alan Yoga Pratama, me, Cindy Alazarinisa, Diah Wahyu Permatasari, Malika Lutfi, Yoga Dwi Prasetyo. With our presentation by the title Jan Piaget's Theory of Childhood. For Alan Yoga Pratama, the time is yours.
Jan Piaget adalah salah satu peneliti paling berpengaruh di bidang psikologi perkembangan selama abad ke-20. Piaget awalnya terlatih di bidang biologi dan filsafat dan menganggap dirinya sebagai ahli epistemologi genetik. Dia terutama tertarik pada pengaruh biologi tentang bagaimana kita bisa tahu. Ia percaya bahwa yang membedakan manusia dari hewan adalah kemampuan kita untuk melakukan penalaran secara simbolik abstrak. While working in a Binet IQ test in Paris, Piaget menjadi tertarik pada bagaimana anak-anak berpikir. He noticed that young children answer were qualitatively different than older children, which suggested to him that the younger ones were not dumber. Atau posisi kuantitatif sejak mereka bertambah tua dan lebih banyak pengalaman, mereka menjadi lebih pintar. But instead answered the questions differently than their older peers because they talk differently. Yang artinya berbeda itu bukan berarti salah dan sebagainya. Ada dua aspek utama dari teori ini. Yang proses untuk mengetahui dan tahapan-tahapan memperoleh kemampuan ini. Proses perkembangan kognitif. Sebagai orang ahli biologi, Piaget tertarik pada bagaimana organisme beradaptasi dengan lingkungannya yang digambarkan dengan kecerdasan dan perilaku yang dikendalikan melalui organisasi mental yang disebut dengan skema. Hal tersebut digunakan individu mendapatkan keseimbangan antara skema dan lingkungan yang disebut ekuilibrasi. Piaget hypothesized that infants are born with schemes operating at birth, that he called reflex. Saat manusia masih bayi, refleks yang digunakan untuk beradaptasi dengan lingkungan, refleks ini dengan cepat diganti dengan skema yang dibangun. Berbeda pada refleks hewan yang hanya mengontrol perilaku di kesepanjangan hidupnya tanpa ada perubahan. Piaget described two processes are used by the individual in its attempt to adapt: assimilation and accommodation. Both of these processes are used throughout life. A person increasingly adapt to the environment in a more complex manner. Assimilation is the process of the using of transforming the environment so that it can be placed in expressing cognitive structure. Accommodation is the process of changing cognitive structure in order to adapt something from the environment. Jadi kedua proses tersebut digunakan secara bersamaan dan bergantian sepanjang hidup. Contoh dari asimilasi adalah ketika bayi menggunakan skema menghisap yang dikembangkan dengan menghisap botol kecil dan saat menghisap botol yang lebih besar. Contoh akomodasi adalah ketika anak perlu memodifikasi skema penghisapan yang dikembangkan dengan menghisap menjadi skema yang berhasil meminum dari sebuah botol. Dan ada 4 stage dalam teori ini yang nanti akan disampaikan oleh teman-teman saya.
The sensory motor stage of development can be broken down into 6 additional substages. The first is reflex acts. The first substage, first month of life, is the stage of reflex acts. The neonate responds to external stimulation with innate reflex actions. For example, if you brush a baby's mouth or cheek with your finger, it will suck reflexively. And the second is the primary circular reactions. In this second substage, the baby will repeat pleasurable actions centered on its own body. For example, babies from 1 to 4 months old will wiggle their fingers, kick their legs, and suck their tongues. These are not reflex actions. They are done intentionally for the sake of the pleasurable stimulation produced. And the third is secondary circular reactions. It typically lasts from about 4 till 8 months. Now, babies repeat pleasurable actions that involve objects as well as actions involving their own bodies. For example, the infant who shakes the rattle for the pleasure of hearing the sounds that it produces. And the fourth is coordinating secondary scenes. The fourth substage from 8 to 12 months is the stage of coordinating secondary scenes. Instead of simply chronologizing interesting events, babies now show signs of an ability to use their acquired knowledge to reach a goal. For example, the infant will not just shake the rattle, but will reach out and knock to one side an object that stands in the way of it getting hold of the rattle. Next, there is tertiary circular reactions. These differ from secondary circular reactions in that they are intentional adaptations to specific situations. The infant who once explored an object by taking it apart now tries to put it back together. For example, it starts the bricks it took out of its wooden truck back again, or it puts back the nesting cups, one inside the other. And last, there is symbolic thought. Finally, in substage 6, there is the beginning of symbolic thought. This is transitional to the pre-operational stage of cognitive development. Babies can now form mental representations of objects. It means that they have developed the ability to visualize things that aren't physically present. This is crucial to the acquisition of object permanence, the most fundamental achievement of the whole sensory motor stage of development. Okay, the next presentation will be delivered by Diah Wahyu Matasari. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's me, Diah Wahyu Matasari, and I'm gonna explain about pre-operational stage. At this stage, the children have some cognitive activity in the face of various things. Their thinking activity don't have a system that is organized yet. Children can understand the reality in the environment by using symbols or signs. The way of children thinking at this level are unsystematic, inconsistent, and illogical. There are 6 characteristics of the children at this stage. The first, transductive reasoning. which is a way of thinking that is not inductive or deductive but not logical. And second, the unclear cause and effect relationship. That is, the children know the cause and effect relationship consequences logically. And the third, animism, which is assuming that all objects are alive like themselves. It means the children think that animals is like a human. And the fourth, artificialism, that is belief everything in the environment have a soul like humans, include animal. And five, perspectually bound, that is children judge something based on what they have seen and what they have heard. And the last, mental experiment, that is where is children trying to do something to find answer to the problem that they face. Okay, that's all about pre-operational stage. Next to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Malika Lutfi. I will explain about the concrete operational stage. In this stage, the child is mature enough to use logical thinking or operation, but only of currently existing physical object. In this stage, the child has lost the tendency toward animism and articalism, reduced egocentricity, and his abilities in conversation takes are getting better. However, without object physically and front of them, children at the concrete operational stage are still experiencing great difficulty in solving logic tests. For example, children were given 3 dolls with one head color different. For example, Riri, Cindy, and Lutfi had no difficulty identifying the doll with the darkest hair. But when asked the question, Riri hair lighter than Cindy hair. Riri hair is darker than Lutfi hair. Who has the darkest hair? Children at the concrete operational stage. Children at the concrete operational stage experience difficulty because they have not been able to think using only symbol.
Formal operational stage, Adolescent and adulthood. In this stage, intelligence is demonstrated through the logical use of symbols related to abstract concepts. Early in the period, 3 is or history, 2 egocentric. Only 35% of high school graduated industrialized countries absent formal operation. Many people do not think formal during adulthood.